In the wake of the new Alabama law, we've heard from a lot of voices, but one voice seems to be missing from the conversation. Rebecca Kiessling is the founder and president of Save the One. She joins us now from Rochester Hills, Michigan. Thank you for being with us, Rebecca.
Thank you so much for having me.
First off, can you share with our viewers a little bit about your witness and your story?
I was conceived when my birth mother was abducted at knife point by a serial rapist. She was happy to meet me when I was 19, but she told me that if abortion had been legal, she would have aborted me. She said it should have been my right, and she was adamantly pro-choice. She later shared that she actually went to 2 illegal abortions, and I was almost aborted. And I absolutely owe my birth to the law which protected me. It was the back alley conditions and the fact that it was illegal that caused her to back out. And she changed her choice, as they say, 6 years after we met. And now, 30 years later, we are both so thankful that we were protected by Michigan law at the time.
Thank you so much for your vulnerability and sharing that. And Rebecca, that being said, what is your reaction then to Alabama's Human Life Protection Act, which has no rape exception?
Well, I was very thankful that Terry Collins really went to bat for us. She absolutely defended our lives, so did the lieutenant governor. But it hurts hearing all of the rhetoric ever since. We saw, by the way, the heartbeat bill pass in Kentucky and Ohio with no exceptions, but then it passed in Georgia with the rape exception, just like Iowa did last year. So we plan to sue the state of Georgia for those exceptions, just like we did with Iowa. We have a global network now with Save the One of 800 of us conceived in rape and mothers from rape, and the other so-called hard cases, we have hundreds. That were told by doctors to abort. So we will fight back, and it really hurts when our people group are under attack.
What was your reaction to President Trump's announcement on Twitter that he is pro-life with exceptions, including exceptions for rape?
Well, he is the most pro-life president we've had by far. And, sadly, that's not saying a lot because the Republicans have not been very good at the SCOTUS appointments. I'm an attorney. I write about the subject a lot, and they're not even at 50%. And I don't even know if the ones that are supposedly pro-life that are willing to regulate will actually overturn Roe v. Wade. But he's done a great job. I mean, he's done a lot for the pro-life movement. He really has, far more than anybody else. And so it hurts so much more. Because, you want somebody like that to be willing to defend you. And it's tough. I mean, I was able to change the heart of Governor Rick Perry and Newt Gingrich during their presidential campaigns. But I haven't had the opportunity to meet with President Trump. A lot of people tried to set that up, but just haven't had the chance.
This is a particularly sensitive issue to discuss. Rebecca, what advice do you have for our viewers when speaking about pro-life laws, and particularly when there are no exceptions for rape victims?
Well, first of all, we want to appreciate people's concern for rape victims who become pregnant. My dearest friends in life went through that. So please be concerned for their welfare. And acknowledge the fact that others are concerned. But there's a lot of myths that, the child's a horrible reminder. That's far from true. I hate being called the rapist child. My birth mother hates that. I am the child of a rape victim. But people purposely choose to characterize me otherwise. And we get demonized. We get called demon seed, Satan spawn. I heard a new one today. We're called a rape trophy. So please dispel those myths. Don't use that term, rapist child. Please use child of a rape victim. We actually have a 5-state study done on messaging. And number one, the best messaging is to put a face to the issue. Tell the story of a woman who was conceived in rape or who became pregnant by rape. And then appeal to the sense of justice. that we do not punish innocent people for someone else's crime. People respect that answer, and I did not deserve the death penalty for the crime of my biological father.
Absolutely. Rebecca, you are also a lawyer. From a legal standpoint, do you foresee pro-life laws that do not include exceptions being enforceable in the courts?
Actually, in footnote 54 of the U.S. Supreme Court's opinion in Roe versus Wade, under the personhood discussion, the court pointed out the fact that Texas had exceptions and exemptions and how that undermined the state's whole argument for personhood. The 14th Amendment says that no state shall deny a person equal protection. So you actually have a stronger challenge to Roe versus Wade when you have no exceptions.
And finally, Rebecca, tell us about your group, Save the One, and the work you are doing, including to protect victims of rape.
Well, I'm a family law attorney, so over the past 12 years, I've been working hard on the Rape Survivor Child Custody Act, along with many of our members, to protect rape victims and their children from the rapist having parental rights. When we first started, there was only one state that used the clear and convincing evidence standard to terminate parental rights, which is the normal standard in any other type of termination of parental rights case. And we only had 17 states when we first started that had any kind of law, and now there's only 4 states left. So we've made a lot of progress in court. I've represented rape victim mothers for free and successfully got the parental rights of the rapist terminated. I've also litigated numerous high-profile cases defending human life. And so I tell people, look, if you really care about rape victims who become pregnant, please protect them from the rapist and from the abortion. The baby is not the scary enemy.
Rebecca Kiessling, president and founder of Save the One, thank you so much for joining us. I know this is not an easy topic to discuss, so thank you.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.